What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So the other day I did 12 fragrances that I'm very excited to wear this summer, and it got requested multiple times. Well, can you do the clone slash budget version of that? So I figured I'd gather 10 clones that I know I'm going to at least wear once, that I would very much enjoy wearing. One of these I actually sprayed last night and wore as my scent of the evening last night when gathering these, because I quite enjoy them. What can I say? That's why they're in this video. So in this video, we're talking about 10 clone fragrances that I'm excited to wear in summer 2024. Stay tuned. For those of you looking for a Ventus cologne on a budget, Reyane Tradition Sport, Insurrection Sport. This is a really good representation of the scent profile. While it's not one-to-one, I would say it's every bit of 80 to 85% accurate to a Ventus cologne. You get that citrus, pink pepper, vetiver dominant smell without all that smokiness of regular Ventus, without all the florals. Added bonus, my wife's actually a huge fan of this one. Of course, she's a huge fan of a Ventus cologne as well, but this right here, low $20 price point, average, maybe a little bit better than average. We're talking like 5 to 7 hour range in longevity for me personally. Nothing crazy, but nothing super weak, but it smells really good. If you're looking for a great freshie that, like I said, is a great representation of a Ventus cologne, great for the heat, you're gonna wanna check out Insurrection Sport from Reyane Tradition. This next one, while not an outright clone, you can tell they were going for Le Parfum. This is from Mandarina Duck. This is Vida Loca for him. This stuff right here is really, really good. Now, instead of bergamot, you're looking at mandarin orange. And instead of iris, you're looking at, I want to say it was lavender and sage or something like that. I don't remember the notes exactly, but still has that coconut, still has that sweet powdered smell to it. Very tropical. This one's a little bit heavier on the citrus. Man, that's some good stuff. Not the easiest fragrance to find, but when you do find it in stock, it's very affordable. I paid in the mid $30 price range from Fragrance Buy. We'll have them linked down below if they're not in stock currently, which I didn't check. Definitely click notify me and put your email in so when they come in stock, which as we get closer to summer, the summer fragrances come into the inventory a lot more. I would grab this one. This one's in that average range, 5-6 hours of longevity. Nothing special as far as that. About an hour, maybe hour and a half of projection, average arm's reach type of stuff. But the point is, it smells incredible. Now, Le Parfum, not the easiest fragrance to find all the time. Sadly, this isn't the most easy fragrance to find all the time, but when you can, for the money, it's hard to beat, because while it offers a very similar path and scent profile, there's little tweaks and twists that in many ways makes it a better fragrance as far as scent. And it's Mandarina Duck, Vida Loca for him. Now, this is one that technically isn't offered from Dossier Parfums anymore. This is their inspiration of Polo Blue Eau de Parfum. They currently have an inspiration of Polo Blue Eau de Toilette, which is actually a higher quality fragrance. But this used to be called Fresh Woody No. 4, and you can see the juice level dropping just a bit. I do enjoy this one. I do get a little bit better longevity out of this than I do out of actual Polo Blue Eau de Parfum. And Polo Blue Eau de Parfum, in many ways, I think is the best smelling of the Polo Blue line, aside from the Parfum. This is good stuff. Very aquatic, watery cucumber, but this one also has a little bit of florals and a lot more greens, cypress, things like that. A lot of like basil. I want to say lemongrass or lemon verbena. I think lemon verbena. A lot of green elements to go with this aquatic dominant feel. A little bit of a soft, powdery floral tone. Beautiful stuff. They did a great job with this one. Like I said, the quality here is better than Polo Blue Eau de Parfum. And the longevity for me is better than Polo Blue Eau de Parfum. So again, it's not something that you can find anymore, but I mean, it is what I'm excited to wear this summer. That's why it's here. This is from Dossier Parfums. This is Fresh Woody No. 4. Now, they can say it's not a clone all they want, but if you were to substitute the violet in Invictus Aqua 2018 for lavender, you would get Halloween Man Hero. They can say it's not Invictus Aqua 2018 all they want. They haven't said that to me, but this is like 90% accurate or better. Has that bubblegummy aquatic type of smell. It's more soapy than it is powdery floral. That, like I said, that's the difference in the lavender note versus the violet note of Invictus Aqua 2018. Dries down the same, that woody, musky, clean, aquatic, bright citrus at the top. Above average performance. This one's kind of 6 to 7 hours in longevity, pretty loud for the most part. And then 4.2 ounce like this, going to run you around 30 to 40 bucks. Pretty hard to beat if you've ever been a fan of Aqua 2018, which is one of my all-time favorites. This is a great representation. It's Halloween Man Hero. Now, this is easily the weakest performer of the bunch, but it's just so fresh, so enjoyable, great for the gym, great for short periods of like running errands, out and about for just a little while, because it's 3 to 4 hours in longevity at best for me. An hour projection if, you know, a prayer is answered, basically. So it is on the weaker side, but man, Trillium from Paris Corner smells incredible. This is like Elysium Parfum Cologne. Brighter, fresher, much more airy, very metallic, beautiful citrus. Terrible atomizer, as you can see. It's little bitty spritzes. But man, does this smell good. Sharp, bright, but very juicy grapefruit dominant at the top. This is so good. This is the weakest version of the Elysium Parfum Cologne smell that I have. And it's kind of my favorite because of the scent profile. Like I said, if you like Elysium and you want a really good one for the gym, if you don't like being that guy that wears that super strong fragrance at the gym, which I'm not that guy, I don't wear the strong stuff at the gym. I like fresh, clean, and weak. It's just a psychological thing more than anything else. I want something fresh and clean on. That's what this does. That's exactly what it's good for. I love wearing this one specifically for that, and then out the shower in the evenings. I can't wait to start putting this one back in the rotation. If you're okay with weak performance, which I know a lot of you aren't, you might want to check this one out. I'm excited to wear it this summer. It's Trillium from Paris Corner. Now, I got this one not that long ago. And to be honest with you, it is richer and it does perform a little bit better than what it smells like. It smells like Bulgari's Aqua Amara, the one-time hype beast. This is from Samy Andraus Fragrances. This is Aqua Heaven. Notice how they got the V instead of a U, spelled the same as the Aqua line. This is that juicy, musky orange incense aquatic with loads of performance. It's heavier on the musk, but it's also heavier on the orange. So it's not one-to-one. It is definitely in that 90+% accuracy, though, to Aqua Amara. I do have Aqua Amara. I prefer this to Aqua Amara because of the added richness. Don't get me wrong, I love a good, fresh, airy scent, but this, by thickening it up, doesn't make it too heavy of a wear because it's still wildly aquatic and fresh, and I love a great incense note. Incense in an aquatic really works for me, and the execution of this musky orange smell, it's just special. You know, I've always understood the hype for Aqua Amara. I dig it, and honestly, I think this is better because of the added richness, the increased oil concentration versus the real deal. So I'm looking forward to wearing this one from Samy Andraus. This is Aqua Heaven. Now, this was the fragrance that I actually wore as my scent of the evening last night whenever I was gathering these fragrances. It smells like Le Beau EDT. We had one that smells like the Le Parfum. Now we're talking about Kaheela Platinum from Paris Corner that smells like Le Beau Eau de Toilette. I'm a huge fan of this one. I actually gave myself like 6 sprays last night. This has that kind of sunscreen-esque, slightly creamy coconut, powdery sweet tonka bean, bright bergamot citrus. This one's 90+% accurate as well. Very photorealistic as far as being a carbon copy to Le Beau Eau de Toilette, because they're both wildly synthetic, you know, but very accurate, I gotta say. And just straight up enjoyable. It smells great. It's a slightly above average performer. Just like Le Beau, well, I do get better performance out of Le Beau EDT. I actually get like 8 hours in longevity easy out of Le Beau EDT, and it's actually a pretty heavy projector for 2 hours, where I get about 6 or 7 hours in longevity here. Just not a big difference in drop-off. Projection's about an hour, hour and a half roughly. So it sacrifices just a little bit of performance based on the testing I've done over the time having the two. And it's not much of a drop-off, but there is a noticeable drop-off when you really clock everything. But for the money, it's pretty hard to beat because Le Beau Eau de Toilette, not always the easiest to find. Either these Le Beau fragrances are actually quite popular, and Paris Corner did a really good job with this one. So excited to wear this one this summer. I actually wore it last night. It's Kaheela Platinum. Now, some of you are going to be like, really? 2 versions of Elysium Parfum Cologne? Yeah, because I like the woody twist to this one. This is from Fomo Parfums, a Fraghead's Asylum. When I first got it, I wore it, a handful or so of times, and then I kind of shelved it because it got cooler. We've moved into the warmer weather. This one lists oud, but there's no funk here. It's a dry, woody, pencil shaving type of oud smell. Doesn't smell like oud at all. It just smells like a dry woody note without having any spices. You still get the citruses, that metallic smell. I would call this one like 80 to 85% accurate. Like it's very close to Elysium, but there are differences. This one doesn't have all of the leather. It's not too heavy on the vetiver, but I do get this nice dry woody tone as it gets into the base. And performance is above average on this one. And it smells fantastic. It really does. And you can get this one for around 30 bucks. This is affordable stuff. Sizable bottle, unique bottle. This is a Fragrance By owned brand, and they've done a really good job with their inspirations. And this is definitely one, I mean, they're all worth checking out, if I'm being completely honest here. But this is the one. I would say if you want the freshie of the bunch, you want a great kind of twist on Elysium, check out a Fraghead's Asylum. Juicy pear with a little bit of zest, some other fruity notes, a touch of florals, and a bright, clean musk. We are talking about Paar Potion from Paris Corner. This is supposedly, now this is what I was told by a viewer, a Scada plus pear. I don't know, I've never smelled a Scada. I couldn't tell you how accurate that is, but I did a full review not that long ago on this one. If you like juicy fruit that's not overly sweet, man, this is a beautiful, tropical, summer-ready fragrance that everyone can enjoy. Now, this one isn't as feminine leaning as Mango Punch. That has a more dominant floral accord to it, whereas you still get some light white florals here. I don't get heavy on the rose or anything like that, but I get a good bit of musk and this bright, juicy pear, and I believe it's like a blackberry type of a note, this darker like purple fruit smell to it. Man, this is really, really, really good stuff. I didn't rank these, but I definitely kind of saved one of the best for last. I would encourage checking this one out. I'm eager to wear it this summer. It's Paar Potion. Last but not least, you can see it in my hand. It's one of my personal favorites. I go to this one pretty often. I talk about this one pretty often. It pops up in my weekly rotations on a regular basis. This is Paris Corner's North Stag Quatre. This is their interpretation of Louis Vuitton's Afternoon Swim. This is, if I had to save the best for last, I think I did. Even though I wasn't planning on ranking them, I did save my favorite for last. This is the one I reach for the most. Juicy, bright, airy orange, watery, fresh, mouth-watering mandarin orange, clean musk. This is so good. This is so good. My God, is it so good. Another one, I don't care what anybody says, I find it to be 90+% accurate. It's not the same quality as Afternoon Swim. I have tried Afternoon Swim. I love Afternoon Swim. I don't want to pay that kind of money for that scent profile. This does the trick. It's just kind of hovering in the air. Man, this smells so good. I really like their Tygar inspiration. I really like their Leighton inspiration. Not a big fan of Imagination. They have that in this line as well. But this is the one. This is the one I reach for the most. This one smells incredible, and this is going to be awesome on a hot summer's day. I've been wearing it, and I can't wait to continue wearing it, especially as the temperatures rise. This is Paris Corner's North Stag Quatre. Well, that's the 10 that I have for you today. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback and I love hearing from you guys. Of these 10, what have you tried? I'll try to have links down below for everything if you're interested in checking anything out. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on any of the 10 I featured in this video, that I'm excited to wear this summer. You give them a spray now, you might end up thanking me later. Who knows? Have a good one, guys.